Okay, guys, this is for the pre-algebra class. This is the white book. This is lesson 29 for the first lesson for the week. The lesson is ratio. Okay, and what you'll see this week is that I will be going through the new concept, explaining the new concept. Then I'll be going through the examples. I'll be going through each of the examples, and then I will be having you do the practice sets. Okay, the practice set to be able to show that you understand the concept. Okay, all right, so we'll start on the page, the title page. This is ratio, and we're going to look at the new concept. Okay, so the new concept is a ratio, and a ratio is a comparison of two numbers by division. For example, if there are 12 girls and 16 boys in a class, then we can express the ratio of girls to boys as a reduced fraction. Okay, we can express it as a reduced fraction. All right, so what I want you to be careful, what you want to really focus in on is when it says girls to boys. Okay, all right, saying girls to boys. All right, okay. It says girls to boys. Now what that means is the girls goes on the numerator if you're going to write it as a fraction. Okay, girls to boys, girls goes on the numerator, boys is in the denominator. So if it says 12 girls and 16 boys, girls to boys would be 12 to 16. 12 on top, 16 boys on the bottom. 12 to 16. And then they reduce the fraction. You can reduce it by dividing by 4 by the top and the bottom. That gives me, that's why it's 3 over 4, because 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay. Now ratios can be written in different ways. They can be written as the word 3 to 4, just like I was pointing out here, as a fraction. So 3 to 4 as the decimal, which is 0.75, because we would, in order to change that into a decimal, you would divide 3 divided by 4, or the colon, 3 colon 4. Okay. So look at the first example. There are 9 girls and 15 boys in the class. What is the ratio of boys to girls? Okay, that's what you're looking for. You were looking for this. You want to be very careful because in this case it said boys to girls. So you want to express it in a way so that the boys are first. That's what we're looking for. So we're looking for boys first. Okay, so they have, what's the ratio of boys to girls? We look at the boys first, so that would be 15, right, over, and then how many girls? 9. 15 to 9. Now let's go ahead and reduce this. Number that goes into 15 and 9 would be 3, so that would become 5 to 3. Now that's boys to girls. If they had said girls to boys, all right, girls to boys would have been the 9 to 15. Remember, it's whatever they're asking for first goes on top. And same thing, to reduce it, we would divide by 3. And this would be the ratio of girls to boys. This is boys to girls. Okay. In this example, boys to girls. And this one is girls to boys. Okay? All right. And select all, and then cut. Okay, so that's if we write it as a fraction. Obviously, with a colon, you could have written it as with, if you're, again, they're saying, they're asking for the ratio of boys to girls. We could have written it as the colon, so that would have been boys 15 to 9. Okay, that's how we would have written it if it was just the colon way. All right. Okay, let's go to the next page, page 187, and look at the second example. All right. Well, this is the solution to the one I just did, 15 to 9, or 5 over 3, right? Okay, so let's look at the second example, and it says a 30-foot tree cast a shadow 18 feet long. What was the ratio of the height of the tree to the length of the tree? All right, it's important to look for what they're asking for first. Okay, in the ratio they're saying the height of the tree. So which one of these signifies the height? Well, it's how tall it is. So that's why that's the 30. Okay, over, and then the length is the shadow that it casts. So that would be the 18. So it's 30 divided by 8, 30 over 18. We could reduce this. What's the number goes into both? 6. Okay, so divide them both by 6. That gives me 5 over 3. Okay, 5 over 3. So let's select all, edit, cut. Okay, and check the answer, and sure enough, 30 over 18, divided both by 6, 5 over 3. All right. Okay, now look at the, let's look at this and go ahead. It's in some situations we round the numbers to express a ratio. For example, in a day of stock market trading, perhaps 789 stocks gained value and 597 lost value. The ratio of advancers to decliners is estimated as, advancers is another way of saying the ones that gain value. So that's why that's the first one, that's the one on top, 789, over the one that lost value is the decliners, 597, and then you notice they rounded it to 800 over 600. So that way you could reduce it, becomes 4 to 3, okay, or 4 over 3. All right, let's look at the third example. It says at the high school football game, 1,217 fans sat on the home side and 896 fans sat on the visiting team side. What was the approximate ratio of home team fans to visiting fans? Okay, well, what are they asking for first? They're asking for the home team fans. Okay, so which one of these home team fans? It's the 1,217 over the away team, which is the 896, right? Okay. And it's approximate, so we could go ahead and choose numbers that are approximate. I would oh, lost it there. I would choose, for example, for this one, I would choose 1,200 or 1,200, and then for this one, I would choose 900. Okay, these are the best approximate values, and then you can go ahead and reduce it. We could reduce that to 12 over 9, and then reduce it becomes what, 4 over 3. Okay, and there you go, 4 over 3. Okay, let's look at the fourth example. The fourth example has Rosa kept a record of the pages and the number of pages and the number of minutes she read each night. Find Rosa's approximate reading for the book in pages per minute. So what you want to do here is just go through and put the approximate ones for each entry. So let's see here. So she has, so the first one is 15 over 30, right? Because we're talking about the number of pages over the number of minutes. Okay, so the first one's 15 over 30. The second one is 11 over 20. The third one is 14 over 30. The fourth one is 20 over 40. Okay, and the last one is 27 over 50. All right, these are all the number of pages over the number of minutes. Okay, you see this? So we have, so it's 15 over 30, 11 over 20. Okay, and after you do all these, you should see hopefully that they're all pretty close to 1 over 2. Okay, that's the best approximate you can give, is probably 1 over 2. All right, divide this both by 15, it'll be 1 over 2. This one's, it's close to a half. Again, this one's close to a half. So a good approximation would be 1 over 2. Okay, guys, now it's your turn. What I want you to do is I want you to do the practice set A through F. You can work with someone else. You can also, I encourage you to go ahead and play this video again to see how to build a ratio. But you need to do A through F. Make sure you read the information. It says refer to this information that answers questions A and B. In a bag there are 14 marbles. 6 marbles are red and 8 are blue. So you need to create the 2 ratios. Refer to this statement. A 20-foot flagpole casts a shadow 24 feet long. Remember, 20 feet flagpole would be how tall it is. A shadow is the length. Okay. Good luck, and see you tomorrow.